Good afternoon. Welcome back to my little gardening show. Thought I'd make a quick little video while we've got a little bit of downtime before tonight's festivities. It is Christmas Eve, and it's been a pretty busy holiday season. We've been spending just a ton of time with other people, which is good. You know, we spend a good amount of time, kind of doing our own thing and activities and running kids around. And this summer, fall was busy with yard work and spending time out at the garden, working, and not a lot of time spent cultivating relationships per se. It was more just trying to stay on top of everything and keep this big, keep things going, right? And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Just, the pace of life anymore is just so relentless at times, and it's difficult to find that balance, and find that time. It's really easy to focus on work or, on things that we want to accomplish and do at the expense of other people, in relationships, and just spending quality time with family and friends and stuff like that. At least that's kind of been our summer. Spring, summer, fall, really. It's just been somewhat of a blur. But things are slowing down a little bit. This past month or so, we've been able to spend a lot of time with family and friends and just have a lot of people over, and just blessed to be able to do that. And it's been fun, right? So, I really just want to encourage you guys, if, anymore we just thinking about society and stuff. Well, I guess I relate a little story. So, anymore we do a lot of shopping online, just because it's convenient, things like that. Heck, we do a lot of just social interaction and keeping up with people via online, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, or just reading the news. And a lot of people, that's kind of how it is for them. They're working through the week and trying to do what they can for the families and all that, and at the same time got the smartphone or media and just trying to keep up with other people and trying to keep up with what's going on, but not actually getting to spend like quality time with people. They're spending time with people virtually, but not in like real life, like going over to one another's houses, sharing a meal together, playing games together, going places, doing stuff together, maybe working on a project together. That's more and more people, I guess anymore, that, that kind of context of community, relationships, society is, it's somewhat missing, right? Well, so anyway, from our shopping for clothes and things like that to now it's like groceries, right? Grocery store used to be is still, you spend a lot of time going to the grocery through the week or whatnot, depending on what you need. At least that's kind of our experience. So anyway, I guess there's a new app. Maybe it's been out for a while. It's called Instacart, and my wife used it the other day. Saved her a lot of time because she's pretty busy with homeschooling and just trying to stay on top of things and whatnot. I think it was like $11. And what it was, she picked everything out she wanted, and then somebody else did the shopping basically and brought all the groceries to the house. So like super convenient. She's definitely a fan of that service. And then other stores, like Walmart and Kroger are doing like this pickup now where you order whatever. I think Walmart is like this kiosk that you drive up to and you scan a little QR code on or barcode that's on the email or message you get on the phone, and then your stuff comes down the conveyor belt with receipt and everything. You just pick it up and go. Kroger's same thing. You kind of get everything together. Someone does the shopping. They have the groceries ready to go. It's already paid for. You just go and you pick it up, right? More and more stores are going that way, they're redesigning their stores, retrofitting it, so it's got more warehouse space and less retail, and kind of anticipating more and more people doing kind of the online type stuff just to save time. And I get that, and that's all good, but just the importance of community and like spending time with one another. It just seems like, at least my experience, is just it's so easy to be so busy with so many other things and neglect like your personal relationships with friends and family, and not spending time cultivating any of that, right? But those are important, because at some point, whether you get sick or, everybody at some point needs somebody else or needs help, right? And it's just important. There's an interesting study. I've been going to some training and whatnot, and they kind of highlighted this, but there was a study that Harvard did, and it was talking about, I guess the study was on longevity and contributing factors to like a long and healthy life, long, healthy and happy life. And the big takeaway of the study is that, good genes, they're important, but joy matters more. That's kind of the catchphrase of the article. And the idea is that, what they found in doing this study, and it was like a study done over 80 years. It's still, I think, ongoing. Started out with 200 and some odd people, and then they added their children and spouses, and it's just kind of ongoing. But what they found is that the quality of your relationships is a bigger contributing factor to your health and your happiness than your genetic makeup, and that makes a lot of sense, right? If your relationships are healthy and good and you're spending time with people, you got people that care about you, and you got community, you're going to have a healthier, happier life, because you'll be able to help one another out. You'll be able to laugh and love and all that good stuff, right? So it makes a lot of sense. So anyway, I guess, and there's for those of you who are religious, there's scriptures and stuff that talk about that. I think in Ecclesiastes that talks about the value of a friend, and, that woe to the man who falls down and has no one to pick him up. Goes on to say, though one may be overpowered, two can stand their ground. A cord of three strands is not easily broken. And so there's just a lot of value in that. And again, that's something that, because life is so fast and we got so much coming at us, the tendency is to want to relax and want to spend time just on our own, doing our own thing. And we do need time like that, but we also need to be spending time cultivating these other relationships and having a community, building community, being part of a community. Whether it's, friends that you're getting together with to play sports or hang out or play games, or a community of faith, where you're part of a church or, a group of people that can, that shares your values, that can, you can talk about things, real life things, you can kind of live life together. All of that's important. And that's something hopefully this next year we're able to invest more in and spend more time cultivating is our relationships and community with others, because it's important. When we moved to Ohio, we're going on our 4th year here. That was probably the biggest thing we underestimated was the community that we were leaving behind. So we had almost 20 years. I had over 20 years invested in that community, and my wife had about 18, 19 in that community, and had a lot of just really cool friendships, relationships with others, people I gardened with. We had a little local church we were part of. We had a lot of different things that were really enhanced the quality of life, even though our family wasn't anywhere around. My family was like 3 hours south, and my wife's family was like 3 hours east of us. So we didn't have like our immediate family there, but we had just a lot of friendships, a lot of people we were spending time with, and just in a lot of ways a better work-life balance. Even though my job was pretty stressful, we had a pretty good balance. Whereas coming over here, it's been difficult to get that balance back where it needs to be, where you're not just living to pay bills or living to work, but there's relationships there and purpose and meaning, and and all that good stuff. So anyway, I want to encourage you guys out there this holiday season. Maybe you get some family members you haven't spent time with. Maybe there's a friend you need to call. But take the initiative, reach out. Spend time with your family and friends if possible. Put yourself out there if you don't have a lot of friends. Take the initiative. If you want friends, you gotta be friendly, right? Spend time, invest, give. There's a blessing in all of that, and ultimately, having that community and stuff, you're gonna have probably a healthier, happier life. So anyway, I guess that's it for now. You guys have a Merry Christmas, and we'll catch you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.